Norwich outline intentions for France. No, I mean, have you not watched the previous 83 episodes? That's against the rules. We only sign British and Irish players. We can't sign anyone from France. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Norwich City bouncing back, and it's that time of year again. It's the annual tradition where things start going wrong. I mean, it spreads itself out throughout the season. You never can be too sure. And this year, for Christmas, it's Boxing Day 2029. Our Christmas present is some bad form. Now, you already know that because you saw the previous episode where, of course, we had an absolutely fantastic 2-1 win against Liverpool. Brilliant performance, one of the best performances of the entire save. And then we followed that up by putting in an also really very good performance where we created so many opportunities, dominated the game against Manchester United, except we didn't score any of them because our shooting was apparently completely incompetent and we ended up losing 2-0. That's clearly not their confidence a bit, because while we did beat Trabzonspor in the actual final Europa League group stage game, there's the final table. We already won the group anyway. The league games since then have been what can only be described as bad. A 3-0 defeat to Spurs was awful, absolutely rubbish, really bad. Let's move on. And then a 0-0 with Fulham, because obviously that's what we do, isn't it, this season? Just 0-0s all over the place. Another one of these. Lots of opportunities, lots of chances, good XG. No goals. Considering we spent 70 million on Simon Henning, and he's done okay, but I was expecting a bit more, really. But anyway, we're back quite soon because these felt like the two most appropriate games to do. We've got Brighton and Aston Villa, these sort of Christmas period matches. The last two games of the decade before we enter 2030. Momentous stuff, really. Momentous stuff. And we need to get a win. That would be really, really appreciated. So Brighton up first, a team who have been constant sort of rival throughout the save, really. And there's issues when it comes to the lineup. Some recent form from certain players has been poor. So Jamal Lewis, he's been dropped. He's not playing well enough. Same for Calvin Phillips, although Lewis Cook is not particularly fit. He's got a bruised ankle, I think. He can play. He's going to play in this one. The biggest issue, though, is at right back. Jamie Shackleton is playing at right back because, quite simply, Max Aarons is injured. He's just about back, but I'm not going to risk him in this one. And Hervé Diarra is also injured, out for 2 weeks. So convenient timing from both of them. Jamie Hurd is, of course, going to be in goal, though, and then Tamori Mepham in front of him. Wilson and Madison complete the midfield. Hitchman's on the left. Dunn's on the right. Henning's up front. We want to see a bit more from them. Hitchman hasn't been, well, as good as I would like. Obviously did well last time and scored a few goals lately, but I want to see a little bit more from him. 3 goals, 3 assists, not quite enough really, is it? But let's see what today brings. Hopefully goals, hopefully action. That's what we want. That is what we want. Some momentous games against Brighton through the years. I've just told them they're the favourites for this. Maybe that's what we need to do. I never like doing that because we so often completely upset the odds by being terrible. But I have done a team meeting just to sort of spark them into life a bit more. And, early chance. Madison has another go at it with the ball straight to a Brighton player. Not particularly great from James there. Maybe we need to take him off that one and bring Ryan Davis back into the starting lineup. Of course, he did do that initially on in the season. Anyway, we can work a chance from it. Colin Dunn just shoots straight at the goalkeeper. I mean, the amount of the goal you could aim at there, Colin. What was the point of that one? Didn't really mention the table, but we have slipped down as a result of some dodgy performances. We are so off Man United. They are running away with it. They're the new Liverpool. We're behind City. We're behind Liverpool again. And, temporarily at least behind Aston Villa. It's not ideal, but yeah. Well, at least we know early on we're not winning the league. There's no false hope this season. It's already basically gone. I mean, it wouldn't really be right to end the save by winning the league because it's just not us. We got close once. That was it. Shackleton on the right. He's not used to being there. I mean, is he going to get sent off there? He's run away. Or are we getting a penalty? I'm very confused by this highlight. I thought it was a foul from Shackleton. I think it is a penalty. Colin Dunn was dusting himself off. We've got a penalty. Jamie Shackleton just sort of ran away. I thought he was trying to evade capture by the referee. Anyway, James Madison strides up and James Madison actually scores a goal. We actually are able to not shoot at the goalkeeper and we've got the lead. Well, there we go. Half time. Not particularly dramatic, was it? But I'm happy with that. Just steady the ship with a nice, comfortable 1-0 win at home. That would be good. And we could double the lead here. Maddison with a free kick, looking for someone. It's gone to Brighton. Are they going to score from a set piece that was ours? That's another thing we love doing. It's not like there's not defenders back. There are defenders back. They just always seem to find a way through. And, well, there we go. That did look like Jamie had got a hand to that. We'll have to see on the replay, but it didn't work if he did. Nothing I love more than having a set piece and just allowing the opposition to counter, just run through the entire team. I mean, there was power on it, but he should have been saving that one. Really not good. Right, can we not concede from this free kick, maybe? Good, that's what I prefer. Scoring from the free kick. Chris Mepham makes it 2-1, and yeah, that's more like it. Let's not shoot ourselves in the foot again, shall we? I mean, it's the Mads and Meps combination. 2 players went for it, but Mepham, he's the captain. He's claiming that one. All right, an hour gone. The front 3 have been pretty terrible, to be honest. I don't even know who's on the bench. Should really check these things. Who have we got on the bench? Options: Mashallah, he's coming on. Colin Dunn not playing well. We'll play. Oh, I think I'll leave him there for now, actually. Wilson also having a very, very poor game. Calvin Phillips can go in a more sort of further forward role he's more accustomed to. We're into the closing stages. I should really pay attention to these things. Shut it down. Let's not do anything stupid. Oh no, the change did go through. It has gone through. We are defensive, but we look like we're doing something stupid. Tamori heads it away. Ben White has it. Turner Marsden. Now, he's not very good at finishing, but he's very good at crossing. So that's good. Very defensive, apparently. Very defensive. I have to put it back. I can't even cancel it. I have to re-enter it. I can't even cancel it. The change did go through. The players just didn't understand it, even though they've done it multiple times before. Turner Marsden there, just running through the defence. Simple cross. 2 of the world's best centre-backs there, just not even making any attempt to get near the ball at all. I mean, do we go very attacking for the final? I mean, I don't want to lose, but we haven't thrown away a game late on for a while. It's an old friend. I hate it, and we've done it again. Really good, boys. Oh wait, no, I'm being sarcastic. This is getting thrown. I'm sorry. I don't even care. You don't concede at the end of the game when we are in a very defensive formation. Once you've been told to do it, you don't do it. It's unacceptable. It really is. It's not good enough. You do it so often, and it's why I'm glad this is the final season in some ways, because it's just not good enough, really, is it? Just not good enough. And again, some embarrassingly terrible performances from certain players. It's just the same old thing. So not great, really. Aston Villa have at least lost as well, though. So we stay in 5th, only 1 point behind them. But Chelsea have got a game in hand now, which if they win, they'll just overtake both of us. So brilliant. Why couldn't we just won that game? I would understand that. If it was my fault again and I wasn't paying attention, I didn't go to the defensive system in time, fine. But I did, and then they just immediately decided to concede a goal anyway. I do think from a tactical perspective, we're not doing all that much. I'm going to put work ball into the box back on for the Villa game. It seemed to help early on, but now we just don't seem to be doing all that much. Right, change is needed for this one. Bit of a shake-up. We've brought in Mashallah and Solanke because Hitchman and Dunn haven't been performing particularly well. Shackleton moves into midfield in place of George Wilson, who's again been poor. Max Aarons comes in back at right back, and yeah, I want to actually see a better performance. I mean, I think I'm going to drop Henning for McCully as well. It's just frustrating. It's just irritating. I mean, Jamie Hurd, again, we've spent so much money on him and he's been awful recently. We'll back him for now. We're going to have to. Of course, against Aston Villa, the club we signed him from and sold Dean Henderson to. Was that a mistake? Maybe. The morale is not great, but they're going to have to get on with it, really. I'm going to actually bring Phillips in for Cook. So pretty changed team, but I think that's needed given how pathetic it is to throw that game away against Brighton. And we had the lead twice. We should have won that game. We should have seen it out, and we've not done so. Now we are, of course, very close to Aston Villa in the table. This is a game we need to win, really, if we have any ambition of qualifying for the Champions League. I'm not too bothered because there's not going to be another season, but we want to at least end on a high. And for me, a high would be finishing 4th, given that our consistent position really throughout the save is 5th. 4th place, I'll take that. I'd love to win the league, but that isn't happening. We had our shot at that. We got close. We should have done it. We didn't. And we won't be doing it again. And we're not going to be winning this game or qualifying for the Champions League through the league either. Jamie Hurd makes a save, but it's been all Villa so far. And, well, nearly conceded from that one. Goal kick straight to Villa. Not impressive from him. Corner for Villa. Bibby plays it in, and we managed to clear it. Tamori with a clearing header. This is right before half-time, so literally the worst possible time to concede, apart from later on in the second half, really. I do not want to do that, but it feels like we probably are going to. Villa just passing it around for fun. Timing intercepts, though, and Solanke goes a bit backwards, but maybe this is actually going to be an opportunity for us. There's still 1 minute added on before the break, and nope, it's gone. There was a chance. It was an opportunity, but not anymore. Now Villa just passing it around for fun again. And, I mean, is this going to be anything? I don't want to concede, but we conceded. So I'll just end that sentence there, really. I mean, nice defending, really, isn't it, from everyone? I mean, the goal... Have we signed Kepa? We've spent 71 million on him. 71 million. And that's his attempt to stop that effort. Just to go on his knees. Where he's standing. Absolutely awful. It's getting chucked again. I don't even care. All the players we brought in the front three have been dreadful. Everyone apart from Tamori and Mepham, again, has been poor. I mean, we'll go positive. I mean, we're not working the ball into the box, not doing anything. And changes need to be made to bring in the players that were already not performing, I think. Shocking display so far. Embarrassing. 1 shot in the entire game. It's not good enough. Maybe I didn't help that by making them come into training. That was probably a bad idea. But again, I'm sick of them conceding in the closing stages of games. We do it so often. I thought we'd grown out of it with the defensive system, but apparently not. It's just pathetic. Absolutely nothing happening. I mean, this is a disgraceful performance. Once again, we do it quite often this season. And this is just what irritates me, though. Is just when we beat Liverpool. We were brilliant. We played really well against Man United. The finishing was just bad. And then I didn't make it come into training after that. I could have done. Maybe I should have done. But I didn't. And yet now, because of that, their form has just been absolutely woeful. It's just pathetic. It's cowardly. And I think I've had enough of them, really. Jamie Shackleton's on a 6.3. Timing's on a 6.3. It's just awful. We've had 1 shot all game. What is this? I'm making you come into training again, boys. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. This level of performance is a disgrace. And I don't understand how we can go from playing so well, beating Liverpool, and now we're going to lose 2-0 to Aston Villa with 1 attempt on goal that we didn't even see. Well, there we go. Vital game in our ambition to qualify for the Champions League. We will not be doing it. That is... I mean, even against Spurs, we had more chances than that. Even against Spurs, we did better than that. That was absolutely disgraceful. And some of these players are getting fined at least a few days' wages. Utterly appalling. Well, excellent club atmosphere down to poor. We love to see it. But, I mean, they've only got themselves to blame. I can't... What are you supposed to do? You can't justify this. You cannot justify throwing away a lead in the closing stages. It's unforgivable. You cannot justify drawing 0-0 with Fulham. You cannot justify the level of performance we've just seen against Aston Villa. It was a disgrace from every single player on the pitch, other than Mepham and Tamori, who are the only ones that consistently perform. I mean, these average ratings tell a story, and the story is that a lot of the players we have at this club are not good enough. They tell a story that this man, who theoretically, based on his attributes, looks amazing, well, we've been kepered because he's not good enough at all. I never thought I'd want Dean Henderson back, but I want Dean Henderson back. So it's fair to say there's work to be done. I don't really want to end the save by being sacked, but maybe that's what will happen. I mean, There definitely won't be a season 11 if that happens. But anyway, we will be back next time for January, and we've got 30 million to spend. We might as well spend it if there's anyone really worth bringing in. And games will probably be Chelsea and Everton. I think that's probably what we do. We have got the second knockout round of the Europa League coming up relatively soon, but that's probably where we come back if we are still in a job. We've of course had bad form before. We know we've had bad form before. It just irritates me when it's just so like this. I mean, we started this month off by beating Liverpool, and then just because we were suddenly, inexplicably terrible at making any attempts on goal, converting any attempts on goal, we had loads of attempts on goal against Man United, suddenly we become awful, and it's just very irritating when the game does this. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Somber end there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe as well, and I'll see you next time.